Good morning, Chair Scott, Ranking Member Warren, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Brad Garlinghouse. I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy.
Yeah, baby. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Base Daily Show. It is, I've got it, ow. It's a bit of a tricky one because I have my Tinker behaving very, very badly. Hello, are we ready for liftoff? Hang on, let me just get the microphone a little bit better. Tinker's behaving very bad, my budgerigar. I think it's kind of a bit of a down, a bit of an anticlimax, isn't it? But look at this. What's that? Hang on. Oh, hang on. Here we go. We're going to take a look. Good evening and welcome to the Base Daily Show. It's got 9 o'clock on this Wednesday, the 9th of July, 2025. And we're just going to take a quick look at the charts. All right, I am a little bit excited. All right, just a little bit. I'm not overly excited, but I might just be a little bit excited. Just about right. If you take a look with me, if you will, Bitcoin, as we speak at this 9:02 p.m., is currently at $111,798.14. Its all-time high. It has gone past. It's in like price discovery is what they say, because we don't know how high it's going to go. It's gone up at its highest and it's gone beyond. Meanwhile, should we take a look at XRP, baby? It's at $2.41. Now, it's been quite some time since we broke that little barrier, shall we say, of over 220, 225. Listen, Tinker, you can... I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to put him in his cage because he'll get upset. Tinker is being a tinker. I named him well. Anyway, yeah, so we're at 241, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not, let's just say, today we had the Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, go to the, in front of the bank committee, the Senate Banking Committee. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to play that for you again. This is him today. So much news, so much going on, and so much very, very, very positive for those of us in this space. We're getting ever closer. We're getting ever closer to... No, we are. We're getting closer. It's going to become a reality. Mark my words. When have I been wrong? Don't answer that question. Right. I've got too many tabs open right now, and it's a bit annoying. So I just got a bit excited because I've been out today and haven't had a lot of time to get my tabs ready. So here we go. Let's listen to Brad. So today, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're just joining us, the 9th of July, 2025, the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, was invited to attend a panel to speak in front of the, or to attend to be questioned by the Senate Banking Committee to talk about legislation for the space, which is a new space. It's a new frontier. And many of us have been, it's really the Wild West in that it's been a discovering place. We're ahead of them. And actually, one thing I'm going to say is that if you're in it before they come out with the legislation, I think you're definitely ahead of the game. And I just have a sense that the more the government and the people that get involved, the more difficult it's going to be for people to just get their stuff, okay? Get the crypto. That's just my take. It may not be, but here we go. So here's Brad today, this afternoon. in Washington, D.C.
My name is Brad Garlinghouse, and I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP Ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments. XRP is built to enable fast, low-cost, and highly scalable transactions. From the start, Ripple made the deliberate choice to work with policymakers and regulators, not around them. We have taken a compliance-first approach, operating with over 60 payment, service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. With regard to the topic of this hearing, we believe smart legislation should be based on several core principles. Consumers need protection from fraud and scams. Markets need proper oversight. Bad actors need to be kept in check. And innovation must thrive. A constructive and workable framework for digital assets and stablecoins that achieves these goals will expand access to financial markets, create jobs, strengthen the economy, and put the U.S. on the path to being a global blockchain and crypto leader. For the last decade, the legal and regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto has prohibited meaningful progress in the U.S. At Ripple, we certainly saw firsthand how the lack of clear rules of the road can be weaponized to target good actors. In turn, the technology, jobs, and tax dollars that go with it are pushed offshore, reducing regulatory oversight and putting consumers at higher risk. This has severely harmed American businesses, investors, and of most concerned, consumers. Ripple was the tip of the spear for this regulation by enforcement campaign and was subject to an enforcement action in 2020. We were the first leading U.S. company to be sued by the SEC. We and many others understood that a loss here would be a death knell for the industry. Fortunately, after 4 years of a hard-fought legal battle, we prevailed. The court ruled in our favor on everything that mattered, including finding that the token XRP is not, in and of itself, a security. Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back. Despite these headwinds, Ripple still prioritizes education and engagement with policymakers and regulators globally. For companies to have the confidence to continue doing business in the United States, Congress should focus on passing principled and smart legislation with these critical goals in mind. First, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the U.S. without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the U.S. can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. The U.S. possesses the world's deepest capital markets, the most advanced technical talent, and a spirit of innovation that has powered our nation since its founding. There is no reason we should not be the undisputed leader in digital assets and blockchain. Over 55 million Americans participate in the crypto economy today, equating to over a $3.3 trillion market cap. A smart regulatory framework for crypto market structure is essential to realize that future and is overdue. Speaking on behalf of the crypto industry, I urge you to prioritize the passage of market structure legislation for digital assets through this committee and the full Senate, to provide the rules and regulations needed to ensure that the U.S. becomes the crypto capital of the world. Once market structure legislation for digital assets becomes law in the United States, this will catalyze a new era of U.S. competitiveness and unlock efficiencies in financial transactions, dramatically helping consumers and businesses alike. Ripple hopes to see this become a reality, and we look forward to working with you to help make this happen. I look forward to your questions.
Boom, boom, boom. That was him today. It was a very odd hearing. I don't know if those of you managed to tune in, if you were interested in it. I only found out after my broadcast this morning. what time it was going to be on, right? But it was very odd, but it was quite surreal. Yeah, the great thing is, of course, that Brad, the only one, guys. You know, it is epic. Of all the years we've been in this, this is the first time that Ripple, Brad, XRP, that we've been out in front of everybody else, right? It's the only one crypto representative that was there today. XRP is the only digital asset with clarity, legal clarity in America. This, you know, I say, I'm going to try and stay. It just seems like we could really, really very well be on the verge. The thing is that because it is a new, completely new space, really nobody knows what is going to happen. Nobody knows because we're in uncharted territory in the financial sector and the financial system, and so of course everybody has their, you know, their guesstimates of what could be the value of things. All I know is I really do feel that, you know, we are absolutely, we couldn't be in a better place. And Monday is when FedNow goes live. We've got FedWire, FedNow. The switch, I think that's the switch that gets flipped on Monday coming up on the 14th of July. That's just, you know, obviously the saying in the crypto space is flipping a switch. In fact, Brad Garlinghouse, he says it, and I don't have that clip to hand, but I know 24 Hours Crypto plays it a lot, about talking about flipping the switch, you know, to coincide the traditional financial system with the digital one. You know, I think finally we do have the wins behind us. But anyway, the funny thing was we had this guy. I mean, he has a unique way. Senator Kennedy, and you know, there was a weird man on the panel who was anti-crypto, anti-Trump. Trump derangement syndrome came out today on this thing, but anyway, let me just listen to this interaction and watch. I didn't see Brad Garlinghouse's reaction until now, so here you go.
Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
You think they bought her?
No, I said, look at the campaign
you
contributions.
said they bought her. Do you think they bought her?
Senator, you need to focus on this bill instead of trying to distort my Twitter.
Last time, one of my
you
colleagues
were quoting
crook,
what a Marxist in Chicago said about
And what evidence do you have that she's a crook?
I said there is massive amount of campaign contributions coming into this Congress from the crypto industry.
Do you want to apologize to Senator Gillibrand?
I do not want you to have to apologize for passing legislation
do you want to
that
apologize
destroys
to
our
Senator
economy.
Gillibrand for calling
You
her
are distorting what I said, just like you did in the last hearing. You're wasting everybody's time, Senator.
You're a whack job.
Senator,
you are
wasting.
Well, I think we are
next level whack job.
I think we are.
Is this middle school, Senator?
Senators and witness. Thank you both.
I think you should apologize, Senator.
I think, Senator, you're wasting our time. This is not middle school.
Thank you for your participation. I will say that Senator Smith is next. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr.
I'm not sure what made him giggle, you know, laugh like that at that stage. Maybe she was a bit shocked or something. But see, that wasn't the entire interaction between Kennedy and that man who seems. I wasn't watching it. I was just hearing it, listening to this afternoon, so I didn't see the body language. But yeah, obviously, I mean, I would say that guy's got a little bit of potentially. I'm not a doctor, right? But he seems to have physical problems with his face, eyes, and things. But anyway, that's nothing to do with it. Okay. It's been announced today, right? That Ripple has joined up with BNY Mellon to custody their stablecoin RLUSD. And the news just keeps on coming in, ladies and gentlemen. BNY Mellon, right? So
Marxist in Chicago.
It says BNY Mellon just became the primary custodian for Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. This is not just another crypto partnership. This is a 240-year-old Wall Street giant basically saying stablecoins are legit. Crypto is legit. You know, all the naysayers out there, I'm telling you, I feel vindicated tonight. Today I feel much more vindicated than I've ever felt with having been through this time of these last, I don't know how many years. I mean, I've been in 7 years. I've been talking about this space for, well, as long as I've been broadcasting, I've been talking about it. And the amount of pushback I've received over the years, it just has been relentless, even to this day. I mean, I don't understand it. I do not understand the absolute mind block that goes on. I just don't. I don't, because you know, you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take it as read. You know, there's so much information out there. There are so many different sources. There's so much, just oodles of documents to bring the receipts. I have the receipts, and yet still there's this. I mean, I don't know what people's motivation is to just constantly be counter to it, but anyway, I feel vindicated today. You know, this is the a sort of almost like a ceremonial crossing the divide, because from the imaginary space to the crypto space, the digital space to the traditional financial space. It's been the crypto has always been it's been dismissed. Guess what? With this move, huge. And one's coming. I mean, all in the pipeline. I mean, there's so many things that have happened this year. Since Donald Trump came in, it's been crazy, but it's getting more and more, it's accelerating. And I am excited. I mean, I'll be more excited when I see higher numbers with the crypto, but this is going in the right direction. Forget about all the fake stream media news. I genuinely, for me, I see it, and I just let it go, because 99% of the news that I see that's being spewed out over the airwaves is irritating and negative. From King Charles, who's not really the king, with Macron flipping about with their stupid outfits and costumes on and blowing air up each other's asses and probably blowing something else, but never mind, I can't believe I said that. Okay, so anyway, cross-dressing, pervert cocaine in Ukraine, Zelensky meeting with the Pope today, and you've got the bloody, the Swiss Guard. How weird does that look? Let me finish what I'm saying. I've gone off on a tangent. Okay, so here we go. So let me just read this little blurb from Paul Barron, who's a very well-known YouTuber. He has a very respectable channel on YouTube. Okay, darling, you're up there. Tinker's flown up to the curtain rail. Paul Barron TV. It's his show. Anyway, he said, this is not just another crypto policy. It's a true view of Wall Street giant basically saying stablecoins are legit. What this means, traditional banks, sorry, I hadn't read this before I was going on my own little off on a tangent. I hadn't actually read this blurb. I just saw the picture and the headline. So I hadn't actually read it before. I'm reading it now, and it looks like it's going to be saying what I just said, but never mind. Traditional banks are finally embracing digital assets at scale. Cross-border payments about to get way faster and cheaper. Other major banks watching closely. Domino effect incoming? ? Right? Is it? The digital asset hurricane is now at category 2. RLUSD, which is Ripple US dollar, or real, nudge nudge wink wink, US dollar, has full New York regulatory approval. So this isn't some DeFi experiment. It's institutional grade infrastructure meeting blockchain innovation. The bridge between old money and new money is officially being built. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's just so wonderful to be seeing it finally coming to fruition, because how many times I've said, no, it's going to happen. That's going to happen. No, trust me. Trust me, it's going to happen. And I see it happening now. I mean, just a few things have gone into place, a few announcements have been made, and very exciting. Yes, okay. But I am going to try and stay grounded, right? I'm going to try and stay grounded. If I'm this excited at this news, God, goodness knows what's going to happen. If we go to an all-time high. So this is showing XRP at 240. And I know it's going to dip. I know. It dips. But anybody, you'd have to prize my XRP from my dead hands for me to sell it now. So hang on. Hold on for dear life. Right, so that was him today. Now, here's a piece from... I don't know who this guy is. Let's hear this guy. This looks good, right?
If I told you a digital asset is quietly infiltrating the global financial system like a virus and no one is paying attention.
What choice?
It's not Bitcoin. It's not even Ethereum. It's a 10-year-old coin that the elites have written off. Insert XRP. Now, this isn't just another crypto. This is literally the Trojan horse of the financial world, and it's already embedded itself in the most powerful institutions on Earth. Now, most people think XRP is just some token for cheap cross-border payments, but they have no idea how deep this rabbit hole truly goes. Ripple is already working with over 70 central banks. XRP, it's the liquidity bridge between fiat, CBDCs, and tokenized assets. It's also integrated into the new ISO 20022 global payment standard, and it's being adopted by real-world institutions right now. Let me ask you this. Why would Ripple apply for a US banking license and a Federal Reserve master account unless they were preparing to become the infrastructure layer of the future US banking system? Right now, Ripple has a US trust charter, a pending bank charter and Fed access, their own stablecoin, RLUSD, a new automated market maker system going live, and full legal clarity in the US. This isn't just regulation ready, this is regulation integrated. Behind the scenes, XRP is already moving inside global finance. Brazil's CBDC pilot, XRP Ledger. Bank of England's digital pound test, Ripple. UAE and Saudi Arabia, their Project Aber is with Ripple Tech. Institutions like Santander, SBI Japan, Bank of America, they're all integrated with Ripple and XRP. This isn't just hype, this is quiet, methodical infiltration. But here's the thing, so let's compare XRP versus the rest. Bitcoin's market cap right now is 2.18 trillion. The XRP supply is 54 billion tokens. So to flip Bitcoin, XRP would need to hit $40 plus. But to flip Ethereum, it just needs to go to $5 per token. And here's the thing. Ethereum, it's stuck in fragmentation. Layer 2s are messy, regulation is murky, and no one is using it in the actual banking world. XRP, it's clean, it's legal, and it's integrated. It's becoming the invisible engine behind real money movement.
Did I mention XRP, baby? Oh, it's just so... Yeah. Unfreaking believable. Oh, I like this guy. Hold on.
With people in the industry who are actually at the
This guy's got such a great voice. Haggerty.
One of the concerns I have is rather than engaging with technologists, with people in the industry who are actually at the cutting edge of innovation, lawmakers, regulators could actually try to force the digital assets markets into outdated regulatory frameworks. I think that would stifle innovation, that would put us at a great disadvantage. And as we think about it, there are certain factors that are unique to the digital assets ecosystem. And what factors would you emphasize that we focus on as we think about an appropriate regulatory framework moving forward?
Thank you, Senator. I think there are unique aspects that need to be thoughtful and applied potentially uniquely to any legislation around this. That said, I do think that where Mr. Massad and I disagree is that depending upon an SEC and CFTC to work together assumes good faith appointed officials in doing that. What we have seen previously is the SEC actually sowed confusion in the marketplace. They took contradictory positions. Under Chairman Gensler, they took actually contradictory positions in different court cases, which actually created more confusion. And so you had federal judges saying things like the SEC was being arbitrary and capricious in their application of the law. You had judges, federal judges saying that they were not following a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. And so my concern in depending upon a unelected appointee to make those decisions is that it assumes a good faith actor. And I think what we saw in this most recent SEC was just a war against the industry at large without a consistent application of that law.
Well, I think we need to put in place a sufficient framework so that we don't have to rely on the goodwill of a particular regulator, but that it's clear to them our intention. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Okay, anyway, it's coming, guys, right? I think I've made the point, haven't I? I mean, it's great. It's great news. Something weird though I'm going to be concerned about a little bit is this weird extreme weather that's being inflicted on parts of the states. Obviously, Texas has been slammed. There was that weird, they call it a flash flood. It's manipulation, isn't it? Or something's going on. And been a couple of places. New Mexico's been hit, and now I'm seeing something about Chicago. It's way too much water to be from natural rainfall in such a short space of time. So this was actually yesterday in Chicago somewhere.
Oh my goodness! Oh, wow!
And it's not normal, right? It's not natural. So I'm praying that there's something. Obviously, the people at the top do get a grip of this. I can't tell you what's going on now. I know that it's being manipulated. I don't know why. I don't know what the game is. I don't know what's happening. It's not natural. That's all I know. In completely in my opinion, it's not a natural occurrence. Something is happening. Whether it's the good guys or the bad guys. I mean, I can't imagine the good guys doing this to people. The whole idea. I know one of the favorite things is the old the DUMBs and all that, deep underground military bases are being dealt with, but that's not right. You don't kill people for that. Anyway, so there is actually a lot going on in the world other than XRP, but it's bad. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at the chat and see who's out there. If you're still listening to me, if I have an audience, do I have an audience? We have XRP GIFs. Hello, Base T. Hello, Familo. Should I acquire? No, don't acquire RU. No, do not. RLUSD is a stable coin. RLUSD is a stable coin, so it's stable at it's to the dollar, to the $1 bill. That's why it's called a stable coin. So definitely you don't need to buy any RLUSD. You're not going to make anything off of it. There's a lot of weird videos going out there as well with the whole Epstein, and I don't like this at all. There's a lot of fakery, a lot of AI generated footage crossed my path, which I don't really want to talk about. Okay, and Derek Marshall's in the house. Hey Derek, how much XRP you got, baby? Beach Bear Treble 3, hello to you. Lovely to see you. Basically, as always, in Foxhole. And City Flyer, hello in Rumble. Very quiet tonight. Revenge. Oh, Dorothy. Hello. I have to say, some names out there are quite quirky. Alright, let's do a little health thing, shall we? The quickest way to shift your energy in 1 minute. Are you ready for this? Now, anything that I show you, you check out yourself. Do not do something because I'm showing you something. This just caught my eye and I thought, oh, this looks interesting. But I think if I tried to do that, I probably wouldn't be able to stand straight up again. So this is apparently the quickest way to shift your energy in 1 minute. I'll be checking the chat and I'll be back with you in a moment.
This video, I'm going to teach you the fastest way to shift your energy. You see, nothing will change until you change your energy, and breath is the quickest way. This is called the Brain Booster, and try it for 1 minute and watch what happens. Feel your energy before, feel your energy after, and watch the shift. So here we go. It's a 3-part inhale through the nose, in belly, in chest, in head. And then exhale through the mouth and bend at the hips like this. So this is how we do it.
That was fun.
Relax your body.
Well, I mean, you would feel different doing that.
So do that for 1 minute and feel the energy shift from anxiety to presence to power. This video.
That's interesting. Hey, Joey Davis in the house. Hello to you, sir. Lovely to see you as always. Yeah, so let's just take a look. You know, it's not going to be a long show tonight. It's really not going to be a long show because I am a little bit distracted. All I know is that I feel like we are very much on the cusp. I know I've said it a long time ago. Did I publish this? No, I didn't publish today's notes from the show this morning just because. Okay. I've got a little funny thing to show you, right? Which is, as everybody knows, we've all heard that the Epstein files seem to have just kind of vanished into thin air. Who? Epstein? What? Who's Epstein? Is there somebody called Epstein that we should know about? What? Yeah, I've got 10,000. I've got tons and tons of documents and video, and we're going to release it, and we're going to see everything and everybody, and what Epstein? Where? Epstein? What? So this was hilarious. Somebody loaded this. Somebody put this out last night, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. I got to give you the characters. So the woman at the door is the American public, and for the American public, just put the world public. Just put the public, right? And we've got the FBI, and then we got Epstein List is the woman. Okay, you ready?
Charlie!
What?
What are you doing?
Where?
There, with her.
Who?
Her. How could you?
What?
That.
When?
When I came in, you and she would...
Who?
You know very well who. That woman there.
Where?
Charlie!
What?
You and that woman!
What woman?
The one who just left.
When?
But Charlie,
What?
aren't you even ashamed of yourself?
Why?
Because of... Charlie,
What?
what would you like for dinner?
That could be, you know, you could put the Clintons in there, the Clinton files, you could put the bloody Hunter Biden laptop, the Wiener laptop, the FBI, the James Comey, the everything, Obama, the Joe Biden, the fake president. I mean, this would fit with an awful lot of situations where, what, who? That's funny. Anyway, Dick and Doris says, based on if there's nothing to see, why is Maxwell in prison? That's a great question. Terrific question, Fabio. I thought that was a funny one. Oh, yes, and by the way, okay, let's just, enough of the bad news. I didn't want to pay attention. I want to focus on XRP tonight. We don't look. You guys have to get ready, all right? Everyone has to be ready. Just to understand, those of you who are in the crypto space, you're gonna have to think about what you're gonna do. Okay, plenty of videos out there to give ideas, but I mean, genuinely speaking, okay, and this is just from again my personal opinion, not financial advice, but we are in uncharted territory with the money, with the value, with assets, with how money's going to be handled and held, and who's going to have what. Okay, how it moves, how it in. All I know is we're in the right space. So we don't really know how well we're going to do. And to be honest with you, this is not like the past. This, where we are at this moment in time, on the No, it's not the 25th of July. I don't know where the hell I was there. On the 9th of July, it's 2025. You know, we are dealing with something that is... Oh, look, see, we went down. I told you, son of a biatch. Why doesn't Bitcoin go down? Damn it. Okay, everybody stand down. Forget about it. Did I say anything? I might have to play that video again. I could use that video for XRP, right? I don't like that one. I'm not playing that Elon Musk one. I've got too many tabs open. Okay, just so. I've got too many tabs open. Where did that bloody video go? It was funny. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, anyway, okay, everybody. I'm going to go now. I've had enough. It's 9:36. Okay, I'll show you this stupid video about Elon Musk and Epstein. You know, there's a lot of these things going on. And again, whilst this is... I don't know who finds this funny. Not me. I don't find it funny. But here, of course, is it purports to be Elon and Epstein. And this is how bad it is where we are today, where the manipulation of footage is now going to give the criminals an out. All those crooked politicians, all those scumbags, they're going to just say, oh, that's fake. Not me. I don't know. Anyway, this is a silly, silly thing that just happened to be in my feed. I mean, what is that supposed to be? This was Il Donaldo Trumpo. I mean, that's not funny. Do you find that funny? I didn't find that funny at all. I found it really sick, to be brutally frank. I mean, normally Il Donaldo Trumpo is amusing, but that wasn't good. I give that an F. All right, I'm not doing Epstein, and apparently in JFK there's an intifada being called for by the jihadists. You know, those lovely Religion of Pieces people, apparently calling for an intifada. Let's see. Oh, this is bad. Everybody's pissed off. Except me. Everybody's pissed off except me. No, not doing that one. No, not doing that one. Now, what time is it? Okay, I'm going to look at the chat. What is Derek Marshall? That looks like money there. Face David, what do you think about them fixing the top price? Well, to be honest with you, again, just you know, it's very complicated, right? There is a complexity about this whole thing, but over the years, it has been stated on numerous occasions by the David Schwartz, the CFO of Ripple, and I think the CTO as well, that XRP cannot be cheap. And I've yet heard anybody talk about the million drops being in one XRP. A million drops, what the value of one drop would be for the decimal points, because we're talking decimal points. We're not talking about... So, you think about the levels of value that are going to be shifted. And on Monday... Well, actually, I don't know if I played this for you. I don't know if I played... let me just see if I just want to play... Wait, where am I? Sorry, I'm just... As I say, things have been a bit hectic today. And I do want to find this one video that this woman did talking about Monday. Okay, what's going to happen on Monday? Yeah, I don't want to talk about Gaza. I don't want to talk about Ukraine, Russia, Pope, Trump, Epstein. Okay, I'll go back to that later. A lot of XRP, baby. Happy. I'm not going to let anybody ruin my ruin my day. Although this is proving to be a challenge. Here we go. Where is it? Look at that. Apparently only 1 in 10,000 people hold XRP. 1 in 10,000. Is that right? Roughly, that is 1 in 10,000. That's Edo Farino. Not doing that, not doing that. I have got a lot of stuff in my bookmarks, haven't I? Look, what's this? Right, here's the weather in New Mexico.
Oh my gosh, y'all look.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my
gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Oh.
God.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I'd be standing where they are taking footage. I mean, they don't seem to be that far away from this rapidly flowing water, watching that house go floating by. But, you know, this is crazy. I don't know what's going on. And I'm not even going to look into it. I'm not looking into it. This was funny. Yeah, stay with me, all right? I'm sort of covering several topics now. But I want to play this one particular video that was... I'm going to have to remove some of my bookmarks because... Here we go. This is it, right? And again, everybody's guessing. So let's listen to this woman talk about what's going to happen on Monday, the 14th. Apparently. Now, will it happen as far as... Well, it can't go to that. Can it? Listen to this.
Let's talk about what's going to happen July 14th.
Hang on, is it
the
loud
most
enough?
important video I think I've ever put out. So
Now,
hear me out.
follow her
I'm gonna give
emotion.
you the keyword searches. Fedwire payments. XRP. That's your Google keyword search. You know how Ripple applied for the Federal Reserve account? It's for this. That's a 1 quadrillion. 1 quadrillion. Payment system. If they use XRP for all of it, which according to my research, it looks like that is going to be the case, that is going to make XRP worth $27,000 per token if the velocity is 10. Obviously, we watch and we wait. It's not guaranteed. It's a $1 quadrillion market, so I just divided that by 365, but I think you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Secure your crypto. This is my only account. I am not on Twitter. I am not on Facebook. I am nowhere else. I will not.
Okay, so her name's Michelle Kirby625. I guess she's on TikTok. So I guess that's what, 1 quadrillion. And I did check it out. I don't know where it is. I tried to do it this morning live. Again, my apologies, everybody. I could have. How many times have I apologized now? Stop apologizing. And I've got that hang on, is this it? Man, I did honestly, I did look up it, and I didn't realize it was going to be so hard to find. Is it on my no, you know what? I know it's not here because I looked for it this morning. Anyway, yeah, it says the Google search does say that the Fedwire system, it moves 1 quadrillion's worth of value in a year. And so, according to her figure, that would make XRP 27,000 a token. If it was 10, I don't know what she's talking about. 10% of that total, maybe I don't know what she didn't explain it fully. But that's just one thing. That's just Fedwire. Then you have all you have everything else that's going with it. There's all kinds of different things that of trillions and trillions and trillions that are going to be shifted. And that's one of the reasons why XRP cannot be at $2. Practically speaking, it cannot be $2 because if you're moving a shed ton of money and you need XRP in order to move it, or you know it's going through the system, then it has to be at a lot of value. So anyway, that's it. I could play this one for you. What time is it? Okay, I've got time to play this video. Should you actually no? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear more, okay, of what I'm listening to with regards to this crypto space, because we're just talking about this one, obviously, with XRP. There's XLM, there's XDC, there's all of the ISO 20022 and that are applicable to the new system that's going to be plugged into the old, so that they function as a well-oiled machine. So put a 1 in the chat if you want me to play this video about the whole space. If you're having conversations with each other, then I can't help you with that one. I would appreciate it if you guys would engage and let me know. Foxhole's very quiet, and Rumble's, I mean, it's honestly, it's like a graveyard. It's a little bit disheartening, if I'm honest with you, how few people watch for the efforts I put into this and the time I dedicate and give. I may have to think twice about this, to be honest with you. If I have, it's a very, very low number. So, this might come to an end here. I might just pack it in and get on with my life. So, here we go.
And so at Hidden Road, we've been pretty consistent with this from the start that we think crypto is the 7th liquid investable asset class. It's encouraging. There's lots of folks now referring to it in the same way. Investors, retail and institutional, all have their money invested in 6 asset classes: equities, credit, rates, commodities, real estate, and cash. And crypto is definitely the 7th.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CyberX video banger. In today's video breakdown, I want to show you guys physical proof from industry-leading experts that we are currently in the process and in the midst of a massive global reset, where they are right now, for a fact, building out an entirely new financial system. They are upgrading the old, outdated financial infrastructure, and they are building an entirely new world.
Just some statistics for you, right? The cryptocurrency market capitalization or size, over 3 trillion, right? Depending on, I know we have these variations, so depending on, this morning when I got up, it was over 3 trillion. It may have gone down or up by now. If you look at another statistics, digital wallets, we're expecting by 2030 to have 5.6 billion digital wallets, right, in operation. And if you look at one more statistic, which sort of mentions what will indicate why we're involved, mobile phones, right? We're expecting over 8 billion mobile phones to be in operation by 2030. Right? You start putting these technologies together. You have the wallet, which is the interaction point, or the wallet and AI agents in the future, the interaction point for financial services. So that side of the business is changing. If you look at the cryptocurrency market, digital ownership, that is certainly coming into play. And of course, everything needs to be connected, which is why we're involved. In terms of real world applications of blockchain, the focus for us has always been on convergence, right? So, one of my sayings is, we're building a new digital financial infrastructure for a new digital world. We're building a new digital financial infrastructure for a new digital world.
I think it's a very, very different world than it was even, I would say, maybe 4 months ago.
And it feels like we're in a new world where we're going to have really true regulatory clarity.
That financial infrastructure will include connectivity, it will include fintech, it will include blockchain, it will include AI.
We've also gotten confirmation on stage from recent panelists and people from large organizations like Ripple mentioning that the reset button has been pressed.
And the reset button has now been pressed. And the Securities and Exchange Commission, which was the architect of this war on crypto, has said just that. We created a mess, quote unquote. We need to first tell you what the law is before we bring enforcement actions. And they've now dismissed all of the pending enforcement actions, which is a great thing.
This is no longer a conspiracy. It is the forward to your future. And right now, we are living through what they openly call the Great Reset. Economies are being reshaped, supply chains are being rewired, social norms and expectations are being revised. This is no longer a forecast. It is already happening. And while most people are distracted, the architecture of the new world is being designed behind closed doors. And here at CyberX, we are attempting to show you guys that physical proof so that way you have time to wake up and prepare. We have to understand that the world is not going back to normal. Now is the time to pay attention. So we're going to start here with today's video breakdown. And I want to read this document from KPMG. KPMG is one of the top 4, I believe, global consulting firms. And this is titled The Great Reset 2025 edition, Emerging Trends in Infrastructure and Transport. And here in the very beginning of the document, it says, we are in the midst of a great reset. Protection of national interests are at the top of the agenda. Economies are being reshaped. Alliances and supply chains are being rewired, and the frequency and severity of weather events are increasing.
Again, of course, I'm going to put in here about the whole Klaus Schwab at the Great Reset when we were going through the pandemic. I'm afraid, there's going to be a lot of things that are going along with that agenda, and I say my prayers that we're going to avoid the darkest aspect. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on that are a bit perturbing and disturbing, and I'm going to make sure I'm out. I'm going to be financially free, guys. Anything I can do. I'm aware of all of this, and whilst some of it is going to be fabulous, other parts of it's very sinister.
And social expectations and norms are being revised. So they tell you these things word for word. And in this trend number 5, they talk about new asset classes. We know crypto is a new investable asset class.
And so at Hidden Road, we've been pretty consistent with
Hidden
this from
Road.
the start that we think crypto is the 7th liquid investable asset class. It's encouraging. There's lots of folks now referring to it in the same way. Investors, retail and institutional, all have their money invested in 6 asset classes.
I'm just going to say, just for the record, everybody out there, don't count on it going down. Don't wait for it to go down if you're holding on, because, I mean, there is always a dip. But again, I always think, I say, to the moon, baby, to the moon. Although, having said that, I know there's a bit of a play in the game. The people, those in power, seem to be playing with our emotions, but so it's hard. Everybody's got to decide for themselves what they do, and just do your best. Don't go by what I'm saying, because what do I know, really? I'm just doing educated guesses here.
Equities, credit, rates, commodities, real estate, and cash. And crypto is definitely the 7th. And if that is happening, then its trading and investment mechanics will migrate towards best practices trailblazed by the other asset classes.
That is now, for the first time ever, picking up pace at a very rapid speed. It says here in this document to expect the integration of new asset classes to pick up pace over the coming years. So expect appetite for integrating new technologies into the existing assets to remain high. And so this is a wake-up call directly from one of the largest organizations in this space, telling you guys that this is all happening for a fact. Now, coming over here to another document. In this document, we're going to be listening to an individual expert named Paul Brody from EY. Now, why are we listening to these organizations? If you all don't know who EY is, EY, or formerly known as Ernst & Young, is a multinational professional services network. It is one of the big 4 accounting firms and provides services like assurance, consulting, tax, and strategy transactions. EY helps businesses with various aspects, including financial audits, risk management, and digital transformation. EY is one of the 4 largest professional service networks globally, alongside Deloitte, KPMG, and PwC. So it would behoove us to pay attention to some of the things that these industry-leading experts from these firms say to us publicly on stage.
So I put the link to that video in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to move on. But one thing I'm going to say is that I see these sort of things all the time with regards to global, like this one, global airline giant Emirates to start accepting Bitcoin and crypto payments for flights. And yes, XRP is reportedly on the list. This is massive for real-world adoption. Now, my thing is I'm not going to sell my XRP for a ticket. You know, it's about like buying a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin, and then a few years later, that 10,000 Bitcoin that was probably worth about $5 or $6 for a pizza that you got is now worth hundreds of millions. So it's a big difference between people accepting XRP, the token, as a payment, and there's another thing, except getting the value of it. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, I know a lot of people would be excited at the fact that they could use their crypto to buy a ticket, but I'm going to say that might be a very expensive mistake. Anyway, Mr. Pistachio in Gaza, look at this. Remember starving in Gaza? We have a Mr. Pistachio sous chef preparing a wonderful dessert in Gaza, Magaza. They're just laughing at all you fools out there. So I say, do you know what I'm going to say to you? It's don't. You can insult how I look. You can insult everything about me. But the one thing I really do not accept lightly is insulting my intelligence. And what is so, it's very hard. These people in this region have zero respect for anybody out there who is crying about their situation. They are laughing at everybody who is protesting for them. I mean, it's really sad to see that aspect of humanity. There's a very, very, very dark character trait, and it's evil. And people's hearts, the good will is being abused. Anyway, I saw another clip recently. Again, I'm talking Gaza, I know. This is why I don't like talking about the news. I don't like talking about it because I know that Gaza's a lot of garbage. The only thing that I do really believe about this whole thing is that they're hostages. The Israeli hostages that is real. What happened on October 7th, almost 3 years ago, that really did happen. Islam is truly evil and demonic, an ideology, and we're under threat. So anyway, no, I didn't want to go back. No, I gotta check myself. I gotta be happy. XRP, baby. Where's my bookmarks? Crypto World says, no more time, hurry, buy the deep. No, that was 12 hours ago. Why am I looking at that? Alright. No. I've got to resist the temptation to show you, terrible deception going on. Because it's just annoying. It's upsetting. And if I haven't convinced people by now, then I'm never going to convince people. And I'm not going to go for these pictures. There's so much that crosses my flipping attention. It tries to say, oh, look, there's a picture of Jackie Kennedy, so that's a sign from Q that JFK is still alive. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't want to play this game anymore. I just want to be financially free. Oh, hang on. All right. 1.5 minutes. Let's see.
I need y'all to stop scrolling and listen.
Here we go.
They're
I'm
about
listening.
to blame Jerome Powell for everything. Inflation, debt, and the collapse.
I don't know where the sound is.
But I'm going to be crystal clear with you. This is the plan. Trump replaces Powell, slashes rates, prints money like never before. And just like that, the dollar hyperinflates by design. Why? Because they're not trying to save the old system. They're trying to take it out. They need it to die so they can roll out the shiny new one. You're not watching economic policy. You're watching a controlled demolition. Once they crash the dollar, they'll introduce the solution: digital dollar, tokenized assets, instant settlements across a brand new financial internet. This isn't a guess. The rails are already built. ISO 20022, XRP, Quant, XDC, HBAR, XLM.
IOTA.
For those who were paying attention, they'll be holding the infrastructure of the new future while the rest scramble for answers. Don't wait until the lights go out and the rules change. If you don't understand this transition, you'll be financially erased.
Well, I don't think it's going to be financially. Look, I just one thing I'm going to say. One thing I'm going to say is that I do believe that Donald Trump, he's not going to get everybody. He's not going to just get everybody dumped. I'm going to think positively. I really am. I swear. Damn it, I'm going to think positively. XRP, baby. I'm so proud of you all. I really am. I'm very proud of my XRP crew. We have our own little army, and we're made in the shade. We're happy. We're gonna be able to help people. All right, we're gonna be able to help our loved ones and our maybe not so loved ones, and we're gonna do great things. I do believe it, and. One of the biggest things with the Donald Trump, when he talks about the golden age and the best is yet to come and all his speeches, I genuinely think that the agenda of the dark side, even though it seems to be playing out in some places, and I think that they're counting on him not being around in 3 years, they're thinking they're going to be able to replace him and they're going to be able to carry on with their disgusting plan. I choose to believe. I'm more than not believing that we are really in a new age. We are at the dawn of a new age. We are on the brink of a the awakening is pretty much where we need it to be. There's enough of us who know what's going on, and there's enough of us who've taken the leap that I think that we can carry the rest. And there's just way too much knowledge out there now of the dark side. I mean, to be honest with you, of course, I would rather have Charles be dethroned and I was getting all serious, and then I see this post that says, "People, XRP is dead." People say XRP is dead. XRP says, hang on a second, what's wrong with this picture? Oh, it's a bit like the Gaza crew, you know what I mean? Like, oh, these dead people, they're moving. Bags packed, baby. All right, yeah, we're going to the island. Wait, where's the, let me see, where's the song? What's that song? Oh, man. Is it? Oh, I know. Is it this one? Is that a song? Is this a song? Is this the song I was thinking of? Please let it be so. That's not it. Song. Please say this is a song and I haven't lost my mind. Please.
Going to Jamaica, that's where we're gonna take you.
Is it?
That sun is gonna bake you. Yeah.
Nah.
We're gonna have a good time. You know where to run. Yeah.
That's not the song I was thinking of. What song was I trying to think of? I mean, there is a song called "Going to Jamaica," but that's not the tune I had in my head at all. I'll think of it for Friday. Yeah, baby. Is it green? What, XRP? It's green to me. It's green energy. All the XRP has been printed. Green. So $2.39. $232.39. What is that song? I'll try and find it. It might be a different version that I have in my head. Okay, so in the meantime, whilst the world is in a flux and a flix, XRP, baby. I can't wait to play this song. This is the one. This is what I'm looking forward to playing on Patriot Soapbox. All right. This is what I'm really looking forward to playing, and I might be playing it on Monday next week or Wednesday. Right. To all those haters out there.
1, 2, 3, 4. I told you so. I told you. I told you so. I told you.
Yeah, definitely gotta have a. I've got to have a play of that, right? I've got to have that, and it's gonna be so. It's gonna be just sweet, sweet as honey, baby. Because I've received a lot of grief over the years, and I resent it. I do. I think it's been highly unfair, highly uncalled for. All I'm doing is trying to get people to, you know, have the opportunity to be financially free. That's all I've been trying to do. The amount of abuse is truly disgusting. That's okay. What? 17 minutes ago, Trump officially signed a bill unlocking trillions into the US economy and American cryptos. And XRP is the #1 American crypto. Oh, I think this is real token built on the XRP ledger is positioned to move $654 trillion in global real estate value. I don't know if this is current or what. I don't know if this is now or what. Is this now? What? Is this now?
That was a good one. Wow.
Ah. Wait a minute. Is this now?
Mr. President, this is the gavel we use to enact the big beautiful bill.
Oh.
I want you to have that for your.
Oh, that's a big beautiful bill. Okay, so this isn't it now. This was last week. Oh, it was all last week. Okay, so this is yeah. Well, the big beautiful bill. I think it's going to give people in the States, in America, much more. They're going to have a lot more disposable income. Yeah. All right, where's my? Oh, what's this? Oh, June 2025. It just keeps on coming, ladies and gentlemen. June 2025, XRP ETF infographic reveals American Express. That'll do nicely. Utilizes XRP. A well-known company that uses XRP is American Express. That'll do nicely. Which leverages RippleNet to enable real-time cross-border payments for corporate clients. Through its partnership with Ripple, American Express uses XRP. Oh, God, I mean, seriously. Do you know what it is? I need to have that I told you so on a loop. And what I'd like to do, listen, if there's any people out there who are, well, I know Wayne the Pain, but I haven't seen Wayne the Pain in the chat for a while. But it'd be wonderful to have the, like similar to the why do I hold XRP, the flashing of these images to do with XRP, and it's like, I told you so. And just have it, remember when I talked about XRP and cryptocurrency, I told you so. And just have these images flash up of Evolve XRP ETF and True Social ETF with XRP. I mean, it's the one, guys. Which one have I been banging on about for years? I mean, I haven't got any recordings. I mean, I know there's recordings out there. But here's the thing that really makes this so special. Do you know what makes it so special? is that I wasn't talking about Mantle or VeChain or Arbitrum or Render. I wasn't going on about a crypto in this crypto Render. I mean, I wasn't talking about Bonk. All right, guys, calm down. Right? What? I mean, there are other ones that are going to do well, of course. But which is the one? Which is the chosen one, baby? Yeah. Yeah. That's the one right there. If you don't know about any other one, right? It was this one. And this is the one. This is the golden child. This is Bitcoin 2.0. Oh, yeah. And, yeah. Yeah. I don't know who is this. I'm going to give him a follow just for that. It's just funny. Anyway, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. I'm ready to go now. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. 24 hours crypto. Okay. I think we need to hear 24 hours crypto. Because he's the one who plays. Well, we're not going to do the whole show because it's 33 minutes. But, although he's probably got a lot of things at the end there. Yeah, let's do a bit of 24 hours crypto. It's a crypto special night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Really, this is the time. Right, anybody hesitating? Why? We are on the brink now. I can genuinely say it with a huge amount of confidence. With the green light, especially with July 14th, I just think it's just going to blow our minds. I really do.
Value at Ripple. We're thinking much bigger than just.
And all these videos are old. The clips that this young man used, who used to be in banking, this is from 2017, 18. These audio clips and video clips are from way back then. Right?
Cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days. Just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
This was ages
said
ago.
in the past that you are doing for money
Years ago.
what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution.
Years ago.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
RP. Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Well, you still want a banking license, right? Even though you have this deal with BNY.
Well, yes is the short answer. We have pursued and requested application to apply for an OCC license as well as a Fed master account.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. July 9th, 2025, a major bombshell has been dropped. A major bombshell has been dropped. Ripple just announced that BNY Mellon, the world's largest custodian bank, will custody their reserves for Ripple's new stablecoin RLUSD. And
he says it better than I do, okay? I have to get 24 hours crypto. His delivery, it does. It beats mine, I have to tell you. Because what do I know?
Trust me, this isn't just about a stablecoin. This is the smoking gun that connects everything back to XRP. And I'm going to show you why. And I also talked about it. Back on January 21st, 2024, saying Ripple and BNY Mellon are silently getting ready to scale USDC and XRP. It all makes perfect sense now. And now they're going to be scaling USDC, RLUSD. Wow. I mean, you heard it here first. Ripple, BNY Mellon working in silence. A lot of people said it was delusional. A lot of people said it was clickbait. But those individuals that are saying that are the smartest, stupid people on this planet. Right? So time will settle everything. But today was Ripple's Brock Garlinghouse's testimony, and here's a little clip of it.
Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today.
Okay, I played this already, right? So I just want to, and this is 24 Hours Crypto on YouTube. You can find it. It's his latest video, so you can look for it yourselves, guys. Don't expect me to give you the links for everything. Much as I do anyway, but I just want to read out Skillful Lark in Rumble. My apologies, I didn't see that you were making comments there, and I will read out your comments. You said that most of the people working in accounts are going to lose their jobs to AI before long, programmers and the like. Yeah, listen. Okay, the dark aspect of this, of course, is that so many people are going to be losing their jobs. They're going to be access to requirements. Now, I have a sense that in our positive, beautiful world, they won't need to be working. they will think of something else to do with their time, and they'll be able to. I think that there is going to be there's going to be a plenty. I'm choosing to think that way. It could be completely wrong, and they all could be screwed, and nobody's going to have anything, and everybody's going to be poor. But I'm not going to go anywhere. No. I'm thinking the golden age. Oh. Anyway, so we'll look after them, guys. Come on, we'll sort it. We'll be fine. They'll be fine. Everybody's going to be fine. Not everybody's going to be fine, but everybody's going to be fine. Anyway, we will create the disaster and provide the hero with a solution. That's the old, what's it called? Problem something solution. Anyway, never mind. I muller some of these sayings sometimes, but you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. So Skillful Lock says they're going to do something to bring the new system online. Our bank was ready early last year to teach how to use digital currency wallets. That's interesting. Commercial license to own a song you've made so you can use it in any way only costs $200. You must have a digital copy on a device like a jump drive to get the license. Sing it. I don't want to work. I just want to buy XRP all day. I don't want to work. I just want to buy XRP all day. So I've lost. Skillful Lark has gone off the rails. I'm joking. I did put the link in there. Okay. All right. So anyway, let me see if he's got. Oh, listen. Do you know what? To close out the song and the show tonight, because it really is all about XRP, everybody, I am feeling a little bit punch drunk. I will be drunk. In fact, I'll do a stream when I'm drunk. Not when I'm drunk. No. I don't want to get, I'm not going to ever get drunk. I'll get tipsy. I'm going to break open the champagne. I might even do a live stream, if we hit an all-time high. We deserve it, Oh, it's back. Anyway, what I want to say to you is that he came out with this song. Of course, he had AI do it, 24 Hours Crypto. 24 Hours Crypto has a meme coin called Salute, and it's a sort of, it's a really one that he's created on the blockchain, a bit like my expat. And initially, I thought the song was so lame. I really did. I thought it was a bit soppy, but I'll tell you what, it's grown on me, and now I love it, especially with the video. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go out on 24 Hours Crypto, who is a wonderful young man who's really produced a great deal of content over the years, as has XRP Bags, baby. There's some really good content providers, and they've kept me sane. I am sane, aren't I? And I'll see you guys on Friday. And, who knows? We might be looking at a different price. Know what I mean? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to sign off, and I will play 24 Hours Crypto's special Salute song, which is really quite catchy. And until Friday, have a great couple of days. To the moon, baby. We're looking for very, very positive days ahead for in our financial future. And have a great Thursday and a Friday, and I'll see you then. So until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you tolerate this, then your children will be next. Until Friday, Based Amy, out.
Regulated, whatever. The opposite is true.
They told us dream small, but we had the stars in mind. While they chased hype, we studied time. In the noise we found the signal. Brad knew just what to do. Now XRP hums like jazz, running smooth and true. Money's changing, systems bend. Ripple flowing to the end. Truth is quiet, bold and deep. We salute the ones who lose no sleep. Salute to the minds that built this chain. Salute, salute through the trials, through the pain. Salute, salute to the calm, to the wise. Salute. 100 in our eyes. galaxies yell on stage, stuck in loops they call belief, while XRPL just clears the way. No delay, no grief. They hoard coins like dusty gold, but we got utility in every fold. The future ain't loud, it's steady breathing. Real ones know what's worth believing. It ain't hype, it's code and soul. We salute the ones who see the whole. Salute to the builders, to the flow. Salute, salute, where the real ones choose to go. Salute, salute, to the heart, to the plan. Salute, XRP will lead the land. Value don't lie, and truth don't shake. Let the whole world break, we remake. Strategic reserve, written in stars. XRP gonna take us far. So here's to the signal, clear and bright. To the dreamers who held on tight. No matter the storm, no matter the fight. Salute, we rise with the light.